all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade, and I'm back here with Yes, Your Grace. And we're gonna jump in and dive right in where we left off, which is evidently on week 35. We have a fair amount of food. Thought we had already gotten the mining equipment. I'm wondering how this saving works, because I swear we already got the mining equipment. In fact, I think that's how we did it last time. We have any money to do any of these other things? No. Let's save and continue. Okay, week 36. Grevno. Your Grace, farmers kept having problems with birds eating their planted seeds. The silly folk didn't think to put up a scarecrow, so I helped them with it. This seemed to be enough for now, and the farmers were quite happy with it. They gave me some packs of supplies in return. Okay, good. Alina, I have told the villagers you wanted to see them regarding the call to arms. They should be here shortly. Great. Your Grace, thank you once again. Your witch advised us on how to deal with the Voidenoi in the well. We took our best chickens and we put them in the well. Voidenoi must have accepted our sacrifice, and he is no longer to be heard. But where do we find another chicken like this one, Sounds like a problem. Will you join my army in the upcoming battle? We're preparing for the battle. Every little help is going to be appreciated. Of course, Your Grace. Our village is the cleanest in Davern. Good to hear. I'd like to keep living there. Be ready. The battle starts in 14 weeks. We now have 98 men. Your Grace, a package from Atana. A package from Atana? They're not proposing a truce, are they? Was there any message with this? My orders were simply to deliver the package, Your Grace. This could be a trap. We should dispose of it right away. Present. Package from Atana. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It ends up exploding and killing me on the spot, thus causing me to have to reload. Let's open it. I'm curious. Curiosity kills the king. Oh. A scarf? Huh. All that worry for nothing. It must be from Marsulia. She's still fine. But wouldn't she include a letter with it? A black scarf. It's a black scarf. Very finely sewn. I don't think I should wear it, but perhaps one of the girls... No. We're not giving it to one of the girls. Your Grace, someone, or rather something, is stealing all kinds of things in our village. I believe I am the latest victim. It's been going on for a while now. People are missing grain, onions, and even gold. Most often potatoes. It sounds trivial, I know, but I wouldn't bother you if it was just that. Recently, a family trinket was stolen. We looked for it and asked around, but it's nowhere to be found. And what is the trinket? It was a small casket which contained, well, that I cannot tell. It has more of a sentimental value than anything else. How can you expect me to help you if I don't even know what is that you were looking for? If I'm to be honest, I don't even know what's inside it. It's a family heirloom, but I was afraid to open it. Apparently it's cursed. Whatever is inside can kill a man when it's opened. I know how it sounds. I didn't believe it at first, but after seeing what happened to Uncle Waclav, I would be cautious. Do you have any idea where it may be? Do you know who might have taken it? Yes, actually. I have seen a demon going down Slavko's chimney. They call it 8 War. I haven't seen it up close, but they say it's a snake with wings, a bird's head, and a shaggy tail. A little bit like a broom. It's a clever little beast, and a very quiet one, too. It gets out through one chimney and gets out through another. It flies around the village and steals whatever it can. That's why all sorts of things have been disappearing recently. At-wars usually find one place to stay. They bring all the goods to their owner in exchange for some supper. After the hunt, it gets tired. You can tell because sparks come off its tail. That's when it goes back to its master. And I'm guessing that master will be Slavko? Did you try talking to him? I would go and ask it myself, but... well, let's just say he's a big fellow and not the talkative type. However, I'm sure he would be willing to chat with a royal hunter, whom I don't have right now. Your story was captivating, but hunters are needed elsewhere. Go and talk to Slavko yourself. I wish you the best of luck. I see. Well, at least I tried. Thank you for this audience, Your Grace. Mila was right. We just sit there, farting on this chair, the useless brat. Into the dungeon with him! How dare he speak that way? Alright, peasant, what do you want? Your Grace? We have to do something about bolties. Every time I finish my work in the field, they get me. And not only me, but others too. After finishing up in the tavern with the boys on my way home, they just show up and make me lose orientation. And every night I just circle around the village. Sometimes I don't even remember where I went. I just wake up the next morning with new cuts and bruises. My wife is very worried and doesn't believe me. She tells me, if this is what happens, ask the king to send a hunter. Where is my hunter? Why is my hunter not here? Oh, right. He's off with that stupid frickin' singer dude. Please send the hunter, Your Grace. Otherwise, she'll kick me out of the house. I don't have a hunter to send. I'll give you some gold. You could buy something nice to give your... Here, have a scarf. Well, at least it didn't take away any opinion off that one. Anyone to send a thing to? Probably not, no. Gold for boots, wounded husband, Babushka. I'm pretty sure we helped Babushka. Lost beloved son. Monster in the... huh. Flooded village. Crop problem. New inn for the... Lost casket. Love problem. I'm sure I helped the love problem for people. Yeah, we did the babushka one, so... Witch. Confirm. And Warto General. Confirm. We'll get up out of our chair, look around. Your Grace? No, I'm not so sure Lursuli sent a I don't trust this scarf. I really don't. Yep, don't trust the scarf. I really don't. I think something bad will happen. Alright, next turn. Grieve weeks 37. Here's our general. Your Grace, I encountered a group of children in the forest. They were looking for the fern flower. Seems like they didn't know they wouldn't find a thing this time of year. Luckily, nothing bad happened to them, so I took them to their parents, and they thanked me with what they could, some supplies and their words of gratitude. Alright. I've told the villagers you wanted to see them regarding the call to arms. They should be here shortly. The hunter's back. Your Grace, I helped the poem writer, Tornado, or something. Rather a strange experience. He seemed happy with the results, though. Huh, what's she doing here? Your Grace, you've called for me? Yes, would you join the army in the upcoming battle? But my army needs you. You have saved our children. You have chased Babushka out of our village. We are at your service, Your Grace. Be ready, the battle starts in 13 weeks. Your Grace, I can't believe you have convinced him to clean up. The butcher, he's returned home last week, tidying up the entire road, swearing and throwing things around, but it's clean now. I didn't think he'd listen to you. He's stubborn as a mule. I was sure he'd rather move out here than clean it up. Thank you so much, Your Grace. I'm glad I could help. Please help the man clean the path too. It's not only his waste that's on it. Of course, Your Grace. Alright, what brings you to the castle? Your Grace. I hear ye helping the Radovian beasts, letting Radovian men go. Who cares if it's a woman or children, could be a hound? I wouldn't care. All the same, rabble, you ask me. If it were me, I'd have 'em all lined up under halter. I hope Atana crushes ye in a jiffy. Tafoo. Alright. So be it. Please, Your Grace. This woman is trying to take my baby away. I think she means him harm. Wait, she willingly came with you, so you could present her to me? She lies, Your Grace. She has stolen my baby away, and I'm worried she will do something terrible to him. What? Okay. Your Grace, something is clearly amiss. We can't give this baby to someone who might hurt him. Why not cut him in half? Oh, this ought to be good. I'll get my general to divide him up. Then you both get an equal share. What? That's horrible. Let's not waste any time then. Chop chop. Okay, you're the mother. What? That was a joke. But this makes it clear who truly cares for this newborn. I think he's better off with the mother who doesn't want to chop him in half. Thank you, Your Grace. Kind of figured that was what was going to happen there. Right, merchant. Your Grace, I bring you something truly special. It is only for the wealthiest kings and lords. Well, I'm not exactly a wealthy king. A bag of sugar, huh? It will make your life sweeter. You could put it in your wine or on your bread. It is delicious. I know these tricks. In prison. Too many merchants cross these halls trying to peddle their cheap rubbish. I've had enough. But Your Grace, I truly believe you might like this. You will be an example to all the other merchants. You should think twice before you come here trying to sell something. The guards near the exit will take care of you. Oh, well, that wasn't good, was it? Okay, maybe I went a little overboard there. We could go apologize. Your Grace, I'm an honest man. I don't understand why I'm here. You know very well why you are here. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to sell sugar to the king. I'm deeply sorry. Please, please let me out. My daughter, she's waiting for me at home. You've had enough. But don't try to come back here again. Thank you, Your Grace. Here, take the sugar, free of charge. I hope you can forgive me, Your Grace. A bag of sugar. What good is a bag of sugar? I'm not sure. Hey, Hunter, do you know anything about this scarf, Your Grace? Alright. Darling. I've got something for you, honey. A bag of sugar from a merchant. Thought you might like it. You can put it in your wine to make it taste better. You can probably find a better use for the sugar than I can. Oh, Eric, this is amazing. Thankful. You are so thoughtful. I love sugar, and the girls love it too. I will have the kitchen make up something sweet for us for the evening. Glad you're happy with this. Of course I am. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced that sugar was 100%. House casket. Village on fire. New inn. Flooded village. Love problems. Cancel. What the hell's a bolty? Poverty. Who's baby? I think the witch is available. Alright. That should work. $51, $41, $31. 13 weeks. We need more gold. Gonna have to start benching somebody, I think. Week 38. Pigeon. Father, I've tried sending letters. I've tried to tell you at the wall. Ivo always found a way to stop me from contacting you. You have no idea how happy I was when I heard you'd returned home. With all my heart and thanks, the spirits, they led your way. What? Father, I've tried sending letters. I've tried to tell you at the wall. Ivo always found a way to stop me from contacting you. You have no idea how happy I was when I heard you'd returned home. With all my heart, I thank the spirits they led your way. I knew about Ivo's plans, but I couldn't tell you. Ivo threatened me if I said a thing for you, but my sister and mother, he threatened to skin them alive. Ivo is frantic. He is mad. He believes that by getting rid of you, he will heal his mother and avenge his father. To hell with him, Atana and his god. Father, I'm scared, but it will be better this way. I can see now that there is no way out of it for me. Tell Sidani I'm sorry about Dusty. Tell Asalia to follow her heart, and tell Mother I love her. Don't hold back. I love you. What do you mean you can see no other way out of it? What are you gonna do? Ursulia, is this her goodbye? She's not safe in Atana. We need to defeat Ivo, take her back. I can't allow this bottom feeder to harm her. I will find that scumbag and flatten him into the ground. I know you want to, but we need to be smart about this. We can't take the battle to him, Your Grace. You know this. We need him to come here, where we have an advantage behind the walls. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have sent her there. I need to show this to Aurelia? Should I really show this to Aurelia? Oh, I already read the letter. Okay. General. Your Grace, I found an old wagon blocking the road. It looked abandoned. I gathered the men and we moved it out of the way. Turned out the wagon was full of gold and supplies. Please be a lot of gold. Not a lot of gold. A little bit of gold. Okay. I've told the villagers you want to see them regarding the call to arms. They should be here shortly. I have told the villagers you wanted to see them regarding the call to arms. They should be here shortly. Hello, Your Grace. You called for me? Yes, will you join my army in the upcoming battle? You helped me and my wife get back together. We have never been happier, Your Grace. She makes me want to do my best. You can count on us. I will gather other villagers too. Thank you. 6 more people to the grinder. Have you called for me? Will you join my army in the upcoming battle? Atana is going to attack. Every little help will be appreciated. I have just had a little baby I need to take care of. You helped me save the baby, Your Grace. Do you remember? I wouldn't be much use, but I can send my husband. He is strong. He will help. Thank you. Be ready. The battle starts in 12 weeks. So you have 6 husbands, huh? Great. Good deal. And then we have 2 peasants that obviously are going to want something. And we have everybody available, so that's a good thing, I suppose. Have you ever heard of mud bugs, Your Grace? Insect-like creatures. Living on swamps, they glow at night. Some might say they guard treasures, but don't listen to these lies. They simply prey on those who follow the light. Remember, if you find yourself lost in the forest after sundown, do not follow the lights. Why are you telling me this? I can't say I usually get lost in the woodlands. My son wanted to look for the treasures in the forest. Like I said, the treasures, unlike the mudbugs, are nothing but lies. He hasn't come back yet, and I'm afraid he's lost. I told him not to listen to these rumors. Well, we will send the hunter. I'm sure he'll be able to find your son if he followed the creatures. Thank you, Your Grace. This is wonderful. Maybe the hunter can even get rid of the mudbugs and find the treasures. I mean the treasures. There's no treasures. What treasures? There's no treasures. Okay. Your Grace, I have a problem. I've been working on all sorts of buildings in the village. The forge, the new inn, a chapel. It's the only thing I can do. But because I've been working with very heavy stones, my back is gone. I can't lift anything anymore. Every time I try to bend down, I just faint. What can an old man like me do to make some coin? I have no family to support me. And the only thing I could do, I'm no longer fit for. Well, the witch will take a look at you. She might find a cure for your back. Oh, thank you, Your Grace. That would be great. Although I'm not going to lie, I don't really want to go back to work. Thank you anyway, Your Grace. Well, at least he's honest. Okay, map. Okay, we'll send the general here. Two weeks? Why 2 weeks? Something at the council chamber. Oh, right. Your Grace? Ursulia is very sorry about Dusty. She hopes you can forgive her one day. I don't know if I can, Your Grace. If she didn't like Dusty, she should have never taken him. If she didn't like Dusty, she should have never taken him. But she did like Dusty. She never deserved him. Dusty died in an accident? I think I missed this news. Dusty's dead? I really didn't know. I know how much you love Dusty. Please don't blame Lord Sulio for this. It's all my fault. I love you so much, my pumpkin. I really love you too, Father. Is the black scarf Dusty? Oh, that would be really sick. Darling? Our daughter, she's in danger, Aurelia. It's all my fault. I can't do anything. Why are the gods punishing us so harshly? As if the battle wasn't enough. What is happening, Eric? Talk to me. Ursulia's most recent letter reads, I now see there is no way out of this for me. Tell Mother I love her. What does that mean? Eric, we must do something. She said Ivo is frantic and that he wants me gone. Oh no, if Ivo saw that letter, tell Mother I love her. Was she saying goodbye? We need to send someone to get her. His guards are too strong. We would never be able to get to her. He probably keeps her locked up, just in case. If we send someone, we just need to wait. That's true. If we anger him, he might harm her. He's confident that if he attacks us, he can win the castle over. But we can surprise him if we prepare well enough and win the battle, or Sulia will come back home. I really hope this is going to be the case, darling. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, we did get some extra gold this time because, well, both Velik, the witch and the hunter are off doing stuff, so what do we want to spend it on? The ballista or the reinforced gate? I think the ballista. The 40, 30. We are really fairly well prepared here for the siege, to be honest. We've got a lot of food. Grievno, week 39. Who's this guy? Our army numbers are looking worrying, Your Grace. Really? We need to call and muster as many villagers as possible. Maybe they are just peasants, but as long as they can throw rocks, they will be useful. That's true. Hopefully we can defend the castle successfully. Your Grace, a small family living on the edge of the village has recently lost their child to fever. Little I could have done, but I helped them bury the poor mite. We prayed for his soul, and I've blessed the spirit on your behalf. The parents were grateful for help from the king's men. Okay, merchant, what do you want? I run a little business, Your Grace. I can exchange your supplies for gold. So I can sell you supplies and you'll give me gold? That's actually... sounds good. Let's say 25 supplies for 18 gold. Shall we shake on it? Here are your supplies. Perfect. And my wife is here. I have something to show you regarding our child, darling. Visit me in the bedchamber when you can. Of course, Aurelia. Was the sugar bad? Your Grace, I'm afflicted with an itching sickness. And so you come here to the castle? You have a disease and you come to my castle? My face is itchy. My legs are itchy. My butts, well, you get the idea. I can't stand it. However, I have heard that the touch of a king can cure all manners. You want me to touch you? So how about it, Your Grace? Will you use your kingly powers on me? I'm gonna get infected with whatever he has if I touch him. Oh well, very well. Let's do it. Approach and be healed. Oh. And he's acting surprised. I think I feel it working, Your Grace. I shall come back sometime and let you know how the healing process went. Please be that it was all psychological and in his head. Your Grace, I hope I find you well. Welcome to the castle pasture. I come to ask a favor of you. The community has decided it is time to upgrade our town, Kolovrat. The one in the market is small, old, and barely standing. We thought of fixing it up, but it's better to just build a new one. We could use the opportunity to do it properly this time. The community has already gathered a large sum of gold and supplies to help fund it. But it's not quite enough to cover the labor. We will need to mine the stones and bring them from the mountains. Our mason said he can carve out the pattern in that. If we have a new Kolovrat in the center of the market, that will bring more people around. The community will feel happier and safer. We would need 25 gold. So the supplies I just traded are going to go right out the window to the church. Oh, I can send the general. Here, have the general. He should help you organize the delivery. Oh, thank you, Your Grace. Your help is very much appreciated. Alright, nothing I can do right now. I'll stand up and just check if there's anyone that wants to have a conversation. Yeah. Oh no, that's right. Something about our child. Eric, this is Delilah, a local witch. I think there's a way to lift the curse. What curse? Do you want to explain, Delilah? Your Grace, with your permission, we could perform a ritual that will lift the curse that has been placed upon you. Curse? I thought that was just a humbug. From what I've heard from Queen Aurelia, it does sound like you have been hexed. Your poor health, misfortune, no heir. Indeed. I can't help with all these things, but I think I can be of use regarding the most important matter here. A rightful heir. This ritual doesn't exactly shout safe to me. What is the risk? Is it going to be painful? It can be, but I will be mostly under the spell. Not entirely here with you, although my body can show signs of pain. Indeed. Queen Aurelia's spirit won't be in her physical body, so she won't feel anything. What is it all about? The ritual is complicated, and we will need you to be there, Your Grace. We will be asking good spirits to act in our favor. You will need to repeat the incantation after me and occasionally help. Is the heir certain? There is a risk, as always in these matters. The ritual will need to be performed perfectly in order for it to work. But as long as you help us, the chances for a boy are very high, certainly almost. Certainly almost, huh? I don't believe in this type of magic. It sounds like a scam to me. However, my wife might believe in it. Do I do it to put her mind at ease? But what if the ritual itself has some sort of effect on the heir and kills the heir? Oh, these are the questions, aren't they? Let's do it. For the ritual to happen, I will need to gather several ingredients. The list is long, but most things I can obtain myself. The more exotic elements, I will need your help with, Your Grace. Oh, really? What do you require? We will need to make a brew that will help Queen Aurelia leave her body. We need a special kind of mushroom. It is distinctive, vibrant, and blue, and it just happens to be in my dungeon. It likes to grow in damp places. I'm sure you can find one around the castle. We will also use the herb of grace, or simply rue if you prefer, which is probably in my garden. The strong smell will remind the queen whilst under the spell of where she is and what is happening. It will drive evil spirits away. You won't get it from any merchant. The smell puts off customers wanting to buy other wares, so you will need to find one yourself. I will mark on your map where your agents are likely to find it. Tell them to look for bluish leaves and yellow flowers. We will also need 2 vials of betony oil. It has the effect of easing pain, so these will be a gift for the old spirit. 1 mugwort oil, also known as woman's sage. A gift for the spirit of the grown woman, helps with the cramps. Traveling merchants may often have such oils amongst their wares. The most difficult to get will definitely be the Basileus Egg, and we need 2. Basileus? Don't be surprised, even monsters have to have heirs, and so they lay eggs. The problem is, people will usually prefer to get rid of these creatures, not keep their young around. Many people walk through your halls. I'm sure there will be someone strange enough to offer these, so worry not, Your Grace. The Basileus eggs will serve as a gift to the spirits, 1 for the young one and 1 for the grown lady. We need 2, so they hopefully get the hint. And one last thing, I would recommend that you find yourself a spellbook. I thought you would be the one casting spells. Yes, but the good spirits will want to hear some of these incantations from the Father's mouth. The book is called Performance of Rituals, Curses and Healing by Jerko Zaremba. He's a renowned scholar in the field of alternative medicine. Make sure to read it if a copy falls into your hands. Very well then, when will we be ready? Magic is involved, of course, but we are still dealing here with delicate matters. We need to wait for the fetus to develop. Don't worry, Eric. I will be ready before Atana arrives at our gates. I can feel it. Then it's just up to you to repel the enemies. Really? That must be the mushroom the witch spoke about. I'll just grab one. I knew I had seen them somewhere. Or Rue, I think? Where did Delia say this stuff grows? She said it grows near wooded areas. That's all. It will. Just get the items Delilah asked for. Alright, our witch is back and the hunter's back. General is still away. Could reinforce the gate, but that would leave us pretty strapped for cash. So I think I'll wait on that. Why are we... We only have 27... Oh, because I sold a... Right. Okay, it's week 40. Your Grace, I've helped the builder man. His vertebrae were twisted. I've managed to put them back into place. That's amazing, thank you. It is no problem. Your Grace, I've just returned from the forest. I found the mud bugs, but there was no sign of lost son. The peasants seemed to bear it well, though. I also found a big stash of gold. I gave some of that gold to the peasant so he wouldn't be upset about his lost son. I brought the rest to you. Huh. Okay. Your Grace, our village has recently been acquired by Lord Grego. Okay, I know the Lord. It used to be under the command of Lady Masha. Right, I know of her. But now both of the lords are taking taxes from us. They're sending soldiers to collect money every week. And we can't say no to them. We've been paying double taxes for weeks. We tried talking to the lords, but they ignore us. Please help, Your Grace. Well, there goes my gold. Thank you so much, Your Grace. I knew you were a fair king. I'll take this gold to the villagers immediately. Blast it all. My potatoes were stolen again. I'm sure someone is hiding at Atwar in their home. How else would you explain that my potatoes keep disappearing? My grain too, the bloody village. I knew I shouldn't have moved there. Would one of your hunters help us find out who's hiding that feathery snake? Alright, send the hunter. Oh, and if you could only find out who's keeping it, I will tan their hide. Oh, what is this? King of Radovia. Your Grace, we have found the Radovian king, the monster himself. We gave him a bit of a beating for what he did to our brothers. Forgive my men, they can be heavy-handed sometimes. Especially if wearing metal gauntlets. Eric, I finally get a chance to talk to you. How many years has it been? I was afraid you would come one day. I didn't expect you to arrive as a king with an army. Of course not. What are the chances that a common thug would go after a king? But I managed anyway. We took heavy losses, but your army was dismantled. There isn't a happy ending for you. Before I send you off to the headsman, tell me. When we last met, you were a brigand on the roads. How does one go from a thief to a king? That's a bit of an exaggeration, to be fair. It doesn't quite work like that on our side of the mountains. Some people chose to follow me, is all. They said I gave them hope. Not everyone gets swaddled in royal silk as a baby. Some have to work for it, and that's what I did. There was a witch with you back then. She cursed me if I didn't keep to the promise. Sorry about that, Aggie. She has a tendency to throw curses on people left and right. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Aggie liked to use this curse a lot. Never worked. Why come to Davern all of a sudden? Radovia is engulfed in civil war. We have at least 2 madmen fighting over the resources. Our soil isn't like yours. It's dark and hard. Plants don't want to grow like they used to. I offered a solution, crossed the mountains to find a new home. Some laughed, some chose to come along. They robbed and raped. We are not all the same. They must have been men from other camps. Did I mention we were at a civil war? These men did the same in my home country. These are the men we ran away from. Radovia is divided, and we can't all be tarred with the same brush. "13 years ago, when you attacked us and put your blade against my throat, you must have known I wouldn't be able to keep my promise. You must have known I would have said anything for you to let us go. I was a different man back then. I was robbing travelers, never thought I would run into royals on the trail. When opportunity arises, I guess one can get nifty ideas. Of course, I knew you would not keep to your promise, but it gave me a spark of hope. Marrying a daughter from a royal family would mean Radovia had a shot at success on this side of the world. Having royal blood would mean acceptance from others. I didn't think we'd be honored guests straight away, of course, but I hoped it would be enough to let us leave our cursed lands at least. The battle was fierce. That's quite a welcome party you gave us, for sure. When we were crossing the trail, we didn't want to fight. You left us no choice. We used whatever we had at hand. Surprisingly, we did quite well. You definitely had surprising battle tactics I'm curious about. Let me get off the ground. That's better. Fire away. Tell me about the fog. Was it magic? Like I said, we didn't want to cause any harm. The smoke's a common incense. We hoped that using a large amount would mask the passage. Naive of me to have thought that the smoke would last long enough for us to get through. I'd hoped that by the time it cleared, we all would be gone. When we realized the smoke was about to vanish, we had to take on a different tactic. That's when we circled your men. The huge monster certainly brought a lot of havoc with them. Oh, you mean the transit bison? I realize these mammals are quite rare in your part of the world. They're big, strong. We normally use them for transporting goods. But it turns out that when properly motivated with a strong whip hand, they can act as pretty good cavalry. We've never seen such fire magic. What was it? You mean fire flowers? We used them to welcome the new year. As nice as it may be to watch them, we also had quite a few incidents with fire spreading out of control. I thought those drawbacks could work in our favor for once. That device nearly decided our fate. We have some creative minds on our side. The moment the battle started, our men tried to come up with something that would help us get through. I thought that the damn thing was a trap for whoever was inside, but there were plenty of volunteers. We let them loose, and it seemed like it worked well. I suppose the elements of surprise did the trick. You know, I had no other choice. You would do the same for the ones you love, wouldn't you, Eric? Let me go, and I promise we won't cause any more trouble. I don't want your daughters. Your Grace, please remember that Bayron is a Radovian. If you let him go, King Edric might not help us during the battle with Atana. But if you sentence him to die, King Fabian will not help us. I know this is a tough decision, Your Grace, but you should consider the benefits you'll get from each king. You've had your share of suffering. I won't add to it anymore. People told me none of the 7 kings would grant us recognition. I suppose I should have known better. At least I was partially right. You letting me go, I won't forget this. For us, surviving another day is a victory. Thank you, Your Grace. By the way, it seems a Radovian already managed to conquer a Davernian's heart. My daughter seems like a good fit for your Azalea. Your daughter is Maya? Okay. Rue locations. Should probably send the witch for that. Well, let's go tell my wife that I released our enemy. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Darling, my men found Baron. I'd just spoken to him. And to be honest, I don't know what to think. We misunderstood this whole situation. Baron never wanted to go to war with us. What? How is that possible? They would have won if not for that avalanche. They were just looking for a new place to call home. Their country is at war. But what about Lursulia? He didn't want to marry her. To gain recognition from other kings and build a new kingdom on the better side of the mountains. I let him go. I didn't have the heart to execute him after finding this out. You did well. He said the witch used that curse on many people, and apparently it never worked. Eric, that's great news. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell if he was just lying to save his own life. Oh, what are we going to do? It's your decision, honey. We're going to go ahead with the ritual. I don't want to risk that curse befalling us. Fine, but remember that you can always change your mind, alright? Of course, sweetheart. We want to bring a very healthy baby into the world, of course. It seems like no matter how much rest, I'm always tired. I'll just sit here. And we'll do one more turn, I think. Okay, we've got 10 weeks. We still have a moat and a gate to take care of, and we do not have the gold for it as of yet. $29. Okay, save and continue. Grevno, week 41. Your Grace, I've tried to help the church with moving the stone from the mountain to the village. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it. The horses were too weak to pull the cart, and we couldn't carry them by hand either. Thanks for letting me know. I think the pastor is going to visit you about this. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Elena. I tried looking everywhere, but no sign of the rue herb, Your Grace. Of course not. Torlando, please tell me you've done something good. The deed is done. The day you have been waiting for is finally upon us. Nothing will compare to my new epic, and it is thanks to you. I will take it that you want to hear the creation. I've waited for this long enough. Let's hear it. Worry not, it's absolutely worth it. Oh, you're in for a treat. Ahem. The moon shines bright, high up in the sky. Capella's night is in sight. Laughter and music will rule this night, but there's no rest for our tired knight. Inside the castle wall, he rests and waits for the night to fall. There he was strong and sweaty, back from his quest. Unsheath your sword, general, lets me see its best. The metal cold is she, the witch. Spread your scrolls, my love, let me see your potions. I'm into it. Please don't stop. The Beastmaster, here he comes. I hope you would wait for me, he says. He pulls his own master up for the trades. The royal heads are behind their own solid walls, but the loud sounds of haggling spread through the castle halls. Perhaps I can barter myself a good deal, she thought, as Queen Aurelia makes an appeal. Whoa, I'm going to have to stop you right there. Oh, no, this is the best part, Your Grace. It's fantastic. But I don't think I need to hear it all. I got the gist of your poem. Oh, as you wish, Your Grace. I shall spread the poem to the rest of the world. It's going to be grand. Is it? Right. Your Grace, your hunter has helped me track down the mudbugs in the swamps. He hasn't found their nest, but at least he's managed to slay one of those dolts. He also, you won't believe this, found gold hidden in the swamps. In fact, so much of it that I wanted to share it with you. Take this as a thank you, Your Grace. Ha, I knew the rumors were true. I'm not crazy after all. What about your son? Oh, my son, yes. He just came back home, Just appeared, just like that. I must be in the god's favor these days. Yeah, you should go to my dungeon. You wasted my hunter's time. Your Grace. I'm so glad I had faith in you. My itching sickness is completely healed. I'm going to tell everyone that you are a king chosen by the gods. I'm glad I could help. Isn't he telling everyone? I feel like my entire body is starting to itch, Audrey. Well, at least we know it just goes away on its own after a while. Perhaps if you touch yourself, it will heal faster. That's a great line. Alright, Sidani, I see you have a bear. I love this girl. Arr! You have really outdone yourself this time around, young lady. A bear? Really? Isn't he the best? He's a gorgeous creature. But I can't let you keep him. He's scary. He's not scary. It's Wojtek. He could help us get Ursulia back. Father, please let me keep him. He is my best agent to date. He won't do any harm. Why Wojtek? That doesn't sound like you, Pumpkin. I'm done with silly names. I'm all grown up now. So the bear gets a grown-up name. I think he likes it. How did you get him? How does one get a bear, Pumpkin? I left food leftovers in the garden. One day he was there. Food in the gardens? I wondered why there was always such a mess lately. Is this how you attract all of these animals, Sidani? Well, I had to gain their trust somehow. Audrey? Bears are friendly and generally not dangerous if they're used to humans. If he ever becomes dangerous, we can always get rid of him. See? He's harmless to us. But not the enemy. I will train him. I love her. She's awesome. That's enough, Pumpkin. What do you say then, Father? I mean, Your Grace? Can Wojtek say with us? Of course he can. But if something happens, I will get rid of him myself. You won't have to, I promise. Come with me, Wojtek. I will show you around. Go on, Wojtek. Go along, Wojtek. Have a good day. I better talk to Aurelia. That's awesome. Your Grace, I beseech you. Our granary has been destroyed by a mudslide. Please, can you give us some assistance? Yes, you can have some supplies. Thank you, Your Grace. Alrighty. To the map. Why is that doing that? Lost beloved son. Fever in the village. Twisted back. Poverty in. Bolties. Mudslide. Flooded village. Crop problems. Lost casket. Village on fire. New inn. Butcher's stench. Who's left? Is it my general? It is my general. Alright, and then we will... Oh, I need to talk to Aurelia. Okay. Darling? Have you seen Sidani, honey? She came to me earlier. I haven't seen her. Why? Oh, well, don't be mad. Oh no, what has she done now? You know what she's like. She has been looking for new animal friends since Lily left. I think she overdid it this time, but I didn't have the heart to tell her no. Eric, what is it? Well, she brought a bear cub into the castle. What? Are you out of your mind? This is dangerous. This is not happening. Hey, calm down. It's just a cub. He's not dangerous at all. He might be nice and cute now, but wait till he grows up. We will have guards keep an eye on him, at least until after the battle. Then we'll see what happens. Fine, but if anything goes wrong, nothing is going to happen, I promise. Leave Wojtek alone. He's the ultimate in friendly bears. Now, those of you who might be trying to correct my pronunciation of Wojtek, so the J is silent. It's actually more like a Y. So if you were to imagine that written in U.S. English, that would be W-O-Y-T-E-K. But in proper Czech, Wojtek here would be W-O-J-T-I-K. Is it safe? It's absolutely fine, Your Grace. I'm petting the bear, and he growled. He's a nice bear. Alright, Sidani, Your Grace. Arg. Arg? Arg. I know I let you keep the bear, but you really ought to be very careful. And I'm not joking. Anything happens, you run straight to me. You hear? No. Walk briskly to me. Don't run, young lady. Nothing's going to happen. Sidani? Yes, Your Grace? I will come straight to you. Father? Yes? I have found this book. It's about bears. Can I borrow it? Of course you can, Pumpkin. Take any book you like. I will ask Danica to read it to me later. Performing the rituals. Okay. Anyway, reason I have any knowledge of that is because that's I'm descended from there. Yes, I live here in the U.S., but my family on my father's side can be traced back to a little village called Nova Scovilosha, which is kind of southwest of Prague, about 40 or 50 miles, from what I understand. And so my real name is actually very close to that bear's name. Just very slight changing in letters, and I don't necessarily want to reveal too much of my personal information on a stream for everyone to watch, but yeah, needless to say, that bear kind of strikes a chord with my, I don't know, personal history, if you will. Why am I back here? About the ritual. The Herb of Grace, other items, remind me again. The book. I think this is the one. I have to say, this book doesn't sound very convincing. It's going to be fine. All you need is to remember the incantation. The rest you can ignore. I hope it all works out. It will. I just get the items Deli asked for. Well, that's a lot of items that she asked for. Red and the water twists black. Let the mountain break under the manhood of our child. Let the child, the grown and old, come to us to do our bidding. I must warn you, this is a theory once heard at the bottom of a jug, and no written text describes such a practice. It does, however, come from a trusted source, a lifelong friend of mine, and therefore I've decided to include it in this book. Disclaimer: the author and publishing company of Performance of Rituals, Curses, and Healings are not responsible for any side effects, nor for the damages caused for incorrect performance of the ritual. Huh. An interesting read. Alright. Wasn't I gonna save things up before? 48, so that's not enough for any of that. 31, we can probably do one. Who do I want to bench? I need to save a little bit of gold. Or we could save a lot of gold and try to get away with just the general. No, week 43. Alright, this is probably... Yeah, it's time to save it up. Anyway, so this is getting towards maybe the end of the game. Maybe we got 1 or 2 more episodes to go. It's week 42. There's, what, 52 weeks in a year. I think maybe 5 weekend in an episode, so I think we're probably 2 episodes away from finishing this up. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. And until the next time, all, peace.